know that we're all just so nourished from these opportunities we have to connect, and it is no different for us here at the heart of Earth Peoples United. This is such a highlight for us. So we're so happy that you're with us. And anybody who might be tuning in later in the recording, just welcome. And I want to give a warm welcome to everybody who might be with us for the first time. We were just smiling at some new names on the list. So it's always beautiful to just welcome you home to this space. And of course, a warm welcome for everyone who we've had the blessing to circle up with many times. It's so good to be with you here. So we're here together for our Fall Equinox community circle and Mayan prayer, and really a prayer of Earth Peoples United, because we'll be lucky to hear from a number of Earth Wisdom Keepers this evening, or this evening. Maybe it's evening for you, it's morning for me. But I'm just so grateful to be here with you, and wanted to share a little bit about some opportunities that we have to weave this fall. We are going to be sharing a music medicine workshop and sharing some songs and stories from our Earth Wisdom Keepers who are going to be sharing through this space songs that are appropriate to carry and share, and we'll have a chance to learn from each other, but also learn of the ways to carry these traditional gifts, because that's what songs are. They're gifts in really meaningful and respectful ways. And this winter, we're also going to be doing a Reawakening the Wisdom of Our Ancestors talk with Grandfather White Wolf, and that's going to be an introduction into our Celtic Christmas teaching ceremony that he's going to be offering with us. It's something I've been blessed to be doing myself since 2012, when we had the opportunity to be together at Patsiapa. And it is just such a rich and incredible teaching and ritual to integrate into your life. So we're really excited to be sharing that. And in October, these were a little bit out of order here, but we have some teachings coming through Tat Erick, and it's a real incredible opportunity for everybody who might be called or already working with plant medicine teachers as healers. And the focus that we're going to be offering in this class is really about how to integrate this in respectful and honorable ways, and building bridges with the traditional ways and the emergent therapeutic practices that are happening. So there was some real tuning in and guidance to honor this call and to offer these teachings, and to share again the Walking with the Medicine esoteric teachings that Tat Erick has offered in the past from his own tradition. And we'll be doing a share as well on Dia de la Raza. Really a open prayer and offering, and adding our voice and vibration to the many that will be in song ceremony and in share that day for the Day of Indigenous People, and the date that has been reclaimed. So we wanted to do our part to really honor and teach from our own traditional ways. So I wanted to pass it over to Nan Hedy to ground you more into this space while I had your attention and this opportunity I wanted to share, because I'd love to see you there. And it's just been such a beautiful and incredible year of connection. Despite the state of the world, I feel really connected and blessed, and I'm just so grateful to be in connection with all of you and all the good that you're holding in this world. So thank you for being our inspiration and bringing your prayer and your heart and your presence to this space today. And thank you to you, Tat Erick and Nan Hedy, for always calling us back home to these places. And I just wanted to pass the talking stick over to you, Hedy, to get our sharing started today. Blessings, everyone.
Thank you so much, Raquel, and for all the weaving and all that you do for Earth Peoples United. really grateful. I just want to say good morning or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are in the world on this beautiful day of 13 Ish, Oxlajuj Ish in the Mayan calendar for our Mother Earth, and just feeling so much gratitude for this beautiful circle of people here today. And I know that things are pretty tumultuous in our world right now, and just seeing this beautiful circle brings so much gratitude and ease to my heart today. So just super grateful in all the different ways that we're weaving together. So yeah, I'd like to just introduce Tat Erick. I think there's maybe one new person on the call today, but he's the spiritual leader of Earth Peoples United, a beautiful elder who's walked this path for many, many years in many traditions, and holds the bundle of the Maya in Guatemala, where he's calling in from today from the sacred place of Patsiapa. And we also have our sanctuary here at Deer Mountain, north of Mount Shasta, our two land bases where we do our ceremonial work and have our ceremonial places and care for the lands here. So it always feels special when you're down there at that root place in Ishimuleo in Guatemala to bring forth the prayer and from the ancestors there. That's really sourced all that we are doing here at Earth Peoples United. And I'm also so grateful to have so many beautiful elders in our circle today. And thank you so much for all that we are creating together just by joining our hearts and minds together here in this circle today. And send this prayer out for all of our relations. So I'd like to pass it to you, Tat Erick, and say thank you so much for sharing with us today, and for everyone gathered here. And we'll hear from the other wisdom keepers after we do the opening prayer, and just such deep and immense gratitude for each one of us. And I've been getting a few messages that people are having trouble getting on this call, so I'm going to see if I can help out with that. And for anybody who's catching the recording that couldn't get on, I think there's some glitchy things happening with Zoom, so sorry about that. Okay, much love and thank you. Oh.
Thank you, Nan Hedy and Nan Raquel. And can you hear me good? Yeah, good. Sometimes here a little bit. I'm way out here in the volcanoes. So greetings, my family. It's a privilege and an honor to be here and being with you. I'm grateful for your presence and your essence. It makes a big difference. When we're in the middle of, what's happening in the world, we need to know that we have each other. And I pray that you feel here, with you, my love, our love, we got you. And I know that many of you share the same for us, Efforts are maybe way down here, right? And I'll share a little what we've been doing here. And I know wherever you do all your work over there, I'm so happy to see you, Warren. You're looking good. Norway and others in Brazil, many places, that we indulge our Mother Earth with our network of love, of our prayer, our intentions to send this frequency, even right now through this Zoom they call it. Good to see you, Sarah. I'm wearing your gift that you gave me a long time ago, the grizzly bear. And I have the mandala from the Haida, both sides of the continent, north, and some of the places of here of the Maya, of medicine, of memories, of love, medicine that we, continue to share, And so we know now prophecies are coming true, Many of us for a lot of years maybe doubted because kind of sound a little crazy, these things will come about. And so since the Oxlajuj Paktun, some of you came around and we went, prayed, took us 20 some years to get Patiapa ready to be in a pyramid, ancient home to our people, Sutujil, Maya here. As you know, many of the libraries, books in ways of pottery and carvings and stamps and left from the ancestors is now here in our home, in our altar. Same as Deer Mountain. And so conscience-loving people are gathering up, like we're going to October to the Maidu, as some of you know, to make alliance and make prayers. Here, yesterday we were looking at the land because it's very sick. The trees are dying. We planted over 500,000 to the last 15 years, but they're dying. Moles and bugs and it's just like in Deer Mountain, we saw very alarming, many trees dying, hundreds of them. They said maybe one bug to one species, like no, it was across the board. Cedars, junipers, Douglas firs, sugar pines, and so on. Others are seeing that wells, springs are drying up, and so forth and so forth. So this prayer is to bring again harmony us, as they said, the light and the dark will be even, equal. If somewhere we can find our relationship to be strong again, these grizzlies, bring in the prayer to make a difference, no matter where you are. So yesterday we had, we look around, I call them the land doctors, healers. They're organic professionals that working with the Ministry of Agriculture here in Guatemala. And of course, they're the little ones in the way off in the boonies, nobody wants to talk to because there's no chemical, nothing. But we start again what we left out a couple years ago to engage again in creating the Patiapa, la granja ecológica, the ecology of farm, bring the health again, as us humans, curanderos, we're healing ourselves by supporting and helping Mother Nature. And so as we looked at everything, a lot of things was overgrown and things, and said, no, this is good because it will give us good soil. Again, going back to the beginning. How is the soil? What happened to the health of the soil? Like we're looking at Deer Mountain too. The relationship to the fire, not just ceremonial, but how we can participate with that. Something to the waters. Let's go back and sing and dance and pray in the springs. Sing and dance the top of the mountain so the cloud people hear us a little closer. Go to the ocean, the mist, where they said, talk to the power and the spirit of the mist. And we just did that to the redwoods and go over there to the Northern California coast. Over there, see, look, when we did this, now look at the difference 40 some years ago. Now we got villages to pray and the people have fishing rights and so forth, It makes a difference what we do today. So they told us 26 years after Oxlajuj Paktun, the 2012, some of you were here. We prayed. We asked, but we had prepared years before because we had faith and trust of those prophecies that we had been inheriting and talked to the spirit, the journeys, the conjuring in the ego here with my brother Patricio, and being taken under the guidance of elders to teach us about those plant teachers, to sit up and die well, to dissolve, to go through the veil and ask Creator, hey, what happened to us? What do we need to do now? And so the signs are very clear. It's coming for our children, our grandchildren. And it's us right now, the ones who still remember some of those elders and those voices from the past, to strengthen our staffs, our families. the prayer to make a difference, to send out that power. To get that power, we gotta go and kneel down up in the mountains, in the caves, and share our tears with the springs. Because it's leaving, they're leaving. To hug those trees and tell them, hey, I appreciate your acorn, your shade, your essence. We gotta do this. This is our journey now. And it's for some places, it's really hard for many species now. Remember this, the migrations will start. But too all of it going to that, it won't sustain where the water, a few little springs are left. Or like here, this lake, this bioregion will need to protect it. Because it's vital, the water is gonna be so vital. And we are here at the edge of Lake Atitlan, very fertile here, but it's sick. It needs our love, it needs our appreciation. So these prayers to continue our inspiration, wherever you're doing to the web of life, we know it's very prolific. The love come back to us is wow. One sip, 1 teaspoon of honey, so much effort by our relatives, the bees. 1 cup of clean water, wow. People will give up so much to have that back again. To be able to walk the land in peace and in harmony without worry that you're not going to make it to point B. We got to do it now. We got to unify. And I thank you for, I know you're here looking at Deer Mountain and your home as a place that we can all really love, care, and heal it. We can do a lot. And then we just a lot of reflections. It's so incredible how nature answers so quick. We did the 9 fires, the ceremonies at Deer Mountain. Somebody says, before it was Raquel. Remind what makes you joy? What could make you joy? I want to grow pheasants for the feathers, to have the birds. And in the ceremony, a golden pheasant showed up from China. No, there's no golden pheasants anywhere in your mountain. And they're us in camp. Then we pray because my son and some of his younger, it's like my sons too, because they grew up together. They called me and said, hey, we want a prayer for the elk. We go hunt elk in Montana. So we did a prayer and requested the Elk Nation to safe journey for these kids, And then the next day, on the day Kiech of the Mayan calendar, talk about synchronizations, prayers being answered. The cowboys moving cattle on our land found an elk horn drop. There's no elk in our land right now, but that's gonna make me joyous to have elk on our land. So somebody had to be there this spring to drop an antler. Or spirits, hey, here, you want elk? Here. We like you, you want water? Here. We want the land to pray? Here. We've seen that through the years, our prayers have come true. Here, the unification of all the colors of the corn people, or the earth peoples, coming together, a prayer coming true. Let's sit in council. Let's bring the faith keepers. Let's bring the lovers of the permaculture, of the rejuvenation of the land, or the fire keepers, the restoration, and so forth. The ones who love eternally, so that we can show what we could do in gratitude for the earth, for our relatives, Bird Nation, Four-Leggeds, Rock Nation, Tree Nation, the ones in the Water Nation, seen and unseen. We can call out, present ourselves to the sacred with something to offer. What do you know? What is your specialty? Our elders here, they have many experiences, some 90, some years, others 80 some. Others, these beautiful young people right here, and my grandkids right here, with the vitality to learn to say mahalo to the sacred tree, to learn to kiss that tree and say, thank you for my life. Wow. All of you, all of us here, we can show this beautiful generation who's being enslaved and being in fear that there's an option, there's a different way to be. We got to show them we can do that. We can bring the lodges, we can bring the dances, we can bring the fires of council. We've done that. We have lived that 40 some years already. And we inherit so much from those beautiful elders. It's here. And as you know, many of our nations, reflowering trees with boundaries now. No, not just anybody and not just whatever you want to do here. No. There are sacred boundaries that we must respect, for the way we were is not okay. It's not. The way we've been doing things is not okay. So we can learn, we know, but it's okay. Here's the open hand. There's no doors on our swelliges or on the land. It's okay to bring your wisdom and sing and pray and teach us, show us the way to do the fire ecology. Show us to make good topsoil. Show us to be in harmony more with the water. Show us how to take care of each other. We all have this beautiful sky. Look around here, it's like, wow, we got it. We got each other. So thank you for you. And so as we feel this prayer, start to look at a mandala of our actions in love, to call in the essences of Urkushkach, Urkushulev, Urkushka, Urkushkakir, Urkushya, Urkuskastemal, Urkushka Kotzichal, Urkushka Kastemal, Matyoshisha Weni Malech Katit Kamama, Nimalech Katat Pitol, Kanan Sakol Olom Kocholom. Nimalech Achav Kapawil Tochi Lavili Shachakabetz. Matyoshisha Weni Malech Nanu Lev, Rukushu Lev, Nim Hayu Lev, Nim Kachochu Lev, Nim Hoyo, Nim Kalpul, Rirokush Mayul, Matyoshisha Weni Malech Katit Kamama. Ni malachach pop sach puch riach kewek riach pashil riach kayala rinawala kau riach popips Matthew shawelo kaluch nawales rikablakuch ach riach popips nawales balam kitse balam akap ik balam mahum kutach tatas Kahi palumnya chomya kakisha ya sununya Matyoshisha weni malech nanas. Nana ishnukane, nana ishpiakok, nana ishkik, nana ishel, nana ishtuch, nana ishtut, nana ishkabawiles. Relach mesa, rinan sinte. Matyoshisha weni malech riach unrakang. Nim kakulcha, rash kakulcha, chipi kakulcha, risak kakulcha, rinawal kakulcha. Ahav tepeu, rinawal kukumats, kukulkan, kumatsin, kesalkoat. Nan tokoyal, nan komatsin, katampe ni malak na wal rukush, nan ulew. Takyungong makta, takyungong maknan. Takyungong mak ni malak kakao. Tanawut si lukuluk na wales. Taktu lukuluk uts si sakbe, rikekbe, rikambe, riekbe. Rinim kuyu lukuluk kakao. Giving thanks to you, grandmother, grandfather, creator, mother, father. To you, heart of the fire, heart of the water, heart of the air, heart of our mother earth, linda Pachamama. Thank you to you, heart of heaven, heart of the earth, for the palpitation, the essence of all life. May we unite again with your essence. May we carry that consciousness of the ancestors to say Matiochawe, to say mahalo, to say thank you, muchas gracias. To give thanks in the ways of our heart as we evolve into flowers of life, the cacastemal, the kotzijal, the flower of life we are. Thank you for our journey through this sacred sakbe, the white road, the white path, the beauty way. Thank you for showing us that we are love. It's immense. That you have touched us so many times, Creator, to bring this awareness and this love to say thank you. And that, yes, we are here present to give thanks, to show ourselves to our full potential. Curando, curando, we say, healing, healing our lives, our minds, our bodies, and taking that essence into Mother Earth and for all our relations. May there be peace upon Mother Earth, the calmness of the storms, the settledness of the fires, to bring the phoenix, the sacred bird, to fly with our prayers, to request safe passage through the veil into the spirit. For we need that connection. We need to again reconnect with you, sacred Nahuales, sacred spirits of life. Creator, may you, sacred fires, give us the time to make our prayers and our journeys to feed you with our love, with our actions of love, with our ceremonial offerings. May we sweat out the poisons and cry out the agonies and the cry of life, asking for life and peace. Give us the time to put this beautiful humanity, and we can show you that we love our Mother Earth. We are grateful for this beautiful gift. As we come to this sacred balance place, may we dance and sing our journey through this world. Show us a great path, Mother Earth. Receive us in that sacred place and forgive us for our transgressions of what we have done to you, what we're doing to you. Please, Mother Earth, when our bodies are back to your essence, may there be that good day to say thank you for my journey here. Spirits of life, may you receive us and to say thank you for trying, thank you for reversing this sickness you had in your mind, in your body, in your spirit. Thank you for trying. Thank you for doing your best at all times. Thank you for unifying our clans, our communities, our people, because this is what our children deserve. The opportunity to come and witness the beauty, the songs of the birds, the sound of the waters, the colors of the flowers, the morning and the sunsets, all the beauty that is denied to so many at this time, Creator. We send this prayer into the hearts and the minds of our humanity, of those leaders and all those people in turmoil, to stop the struggle in within, to stop the fighting against nature, to stop the arrogance and the ignorance to devour that's left. Please, Creator. The Kamal Bay show us the way. The sacred people who are crying, who are praying, who are requesting your medicine. Who are here present, humble ourselves. With this love, with this request, may we enter the place of balance, Creator, of love. Bless this beautiful world and guide us so that we do not continue to destroy it. Help us be one with you, Mother Earth, with you, Grandfather Fire, Grandmothers of the Waters. May these tears be of healing and celebration of life. Where you touch us, you bless us with your sounds, your colors, with all our relations. What a beautiful gift we've been given. May we appreciate. Please awaken us, Creator, to that place of accepting this sacred gift and take care of it.
Thank you so much, Tat Erick. I wonder if we could ask our Haida brother, excuse me, Vern Williams, to share a prayer, a song, an offering for this fall equinox time, and just so much gratitude to this strong medicine in this circle. And so, Vern, would you be willing to share with us next? You're on mute right now, so you'll have to unmute yourself when you're ready.
Good morning and morning here. Hello, brother. Hello, sisters. First, I want to do a prayer song for my cousin. He was a brother and a mentor that really brought together some communities here, and seen in a lot of us when we were at our worst, in our turmoil and loss, who we could be in our potential, as most of our uncles and aunties can see. And that's what's drawn me to all of you, is that we have that hope and we have that love, and those are the things that give people a strength to go past their fears, to go past their doubt from self and from others. The things we share in life, we affect so many people in a positive way. And those that don't understand it at first, it's in our mind, and then it comes around, and then they find that way again back to where they belong. is so tough now watching our relatives leaving us, our physical beings, and this earth. Watching my family fight for these trees, fight for these water, being attacked, being targeted, but still going to that line every day, still standing up for us, still standing up for Earth, still doing what they can to make a difference, a positive difference. I see my cousins and my nieces posting every day these mercenaries targeting them to stop them from fighting for these trees, from fighting for this water. All the things you have all shared with us, all the things you have given us a part to be this earth and to pray for this earth, pray for this water, pray for each other, and especially pray for our children, to give them a strength to stand up for themselves, to be happy to be themselves, to look around and understand how much that this earth still has to offer us, and that their voice will make a difference in a way to change people's thoughts. As you've said, and if you've all said, we are in that moment now. And have we done our best to prepare our children? I know we've done the best we could. We've brought everything land-based possible from our youth centers and from our health centers, of all the natural things that can be processed, all the plants that can be harvested, and all the ways to preserve things so that they have an understanding and they love it. And that's who we are as people. We are from this earth. We belong to earth. We have gratitude. We give our thanks. We honor. And that gives our children a voice. It gives our children strength. And then when we see that strength in our children, it gives us even more energy to go forward. Why me? So many of us ask that so much because we're strong enough, because we have that courage, we have that strength, we have the backing of our elders. We've all been young and stupid, but we have elders who see so much more than what our ego is. Once we learn to let that ego go, there's a chance to grow, there's a chance to be yourself, and you can see a truth that all the elders see in us, truth that the earth needs, and we need. Again, so many lessons that I appreciate all those things, even if it looks like I'm not paying attention. I'm finding those moments that connect with me, finding those moments that I'm going to utilize to help somebody else. And they're going to share it in their own way. And it doesn't take long for it to transfer. So that part I really appreciate, and I do understand how much you've all given. That appreciation is endless. And I love you all for that. I love you for the way you are fighting. I love you for the way you support each other. It's never easy because we're only human beings and our ego gets in the way. That's okay. We can forgive each other, forgive ourselves, and move forward because we are the biggest judges of ourselves. And once we are able to go past all of that, again, it all leads to us supporting each other and having a strength to go forward together or by ourselves when we're alone. Because everything we do or share in the system right now is considered pretty crazy or radical, but it's been there forever. It's crazy. But so are we. That's why we're so strong. And again, it's going back to these moments where people like my uncle, my cousin, have seen something in us that they encourage us to do things. And when we're young, most of us that live with trauma, it's really hard for us to see that because our ego's in the way, and everything that we carry is turmoil, anger, rage, sorrow, shame. And to go past those, us that carry that, we have to learn to voice it. We have to let it out. And that's the voice we need to give our children too. If things are bothering you, you let them out. And so much of us learn that way too late in life. But we need to give our younger ones that voice and a chance, because they've taken on the things that we grew up with unknowingly. That's how strong our spirit and heart is, that these traumas that we carried where I'm from is transferred into them, and we don't realize it until we start to see our children later, and then we learn to get that out of them through them voicing what they are carrying. Once that weight is let go, you find the things that fill that, and that's self-love, that's caring for the water, caring for your community and your family. All of these things have strengthened me through all of your help. I'm always mocked. Do you pray for me? I always say, especially, I pray especially for you. And just like I pray for everybody else in this earth. Prayer is giving thanks. When I'm struggling, I ask for prayers from you. Right now, I ask for prayers for my family. His name was Baju. Baju, and Ken Bedard is his name. They're my direct family, and they've supported me through so much when I was at my most darkest and lost. Again, that's a blessing we have of elders and people, is that they always have hope, and that hope comes from that love we have. And that love that comes forth, it attracts more, because they want to know how to get that light. But also it's going to draw on more negative too, so you have to have that strength. And again, that's loving yourself. And it doesn't matter what anybody thinks of you at all. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck. I look at my granddaughter, I look at all the children I work with. We're pretty blessed in our community. We don't have money wealth, but we have each other. We have this land. We have a way of providing the things they need. A connection to earth, a connection to song. We bring them to the beach. We show them the things they can harvest. We show them the things that they can eat, and they all try it. And they all speak their own language, and they introduce themselves. They talk, they sing, they have fun, and that full connection to ceremony is so beautiful when we share, because they have so much more of a connection than we ever will. But we are learning. That's the beauty of sharing every time. Our love for this earth, our love for our family, and our love for ourselves gives us enough courage to keep going forward, gives us that strength to take people laughing, but then we learn to laugh at ourselves too. This here is good people. You're always strong like good spirits too. Adalasis quantum pledyagan Salana Allah, yeah, Allah, hey, he. Adalah si quantum fles yagang ingahan si selanasi. Allah hiye Allah hey hiya hi adalah si quantum fles yagang ingahan si selanasi. Allah hiye Allah hey hiya hi adalah si quantum fles yagang hingahan fles selanasi. Allah hiye Allah hey hiya hi Allah hiye Allah hey hiya hi. I want to do one more song and then pass it back to you. This one here is I created for a lot of friends that really helped me when I came home. Finally came back home, and they're all from the Eagle clan. So it's the Eagle, you fly so high, back to Earth, and you inspire us all. Oh, King on Southern Eden, walking against season, done so his good done. Oh, 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 hi, oh, 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 hi, oh, hi, oh, King on Southern Eden, walking against season, done so his good done. Oh, 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 hi, oh, oh, hi, oh, hi, oh, King on Southern Eden, walking against season, done so his good done. Oh, 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 hi, oh, 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 hi, oh, have this time. Thank you for involving me in so many beautiful things. And I really appreciate all of you, Eric, Tata, and all the rest of you family for being there for each other and for all of us, for being there for the children to give them that strength to be themselves. And again, I really appreciate you giving me some time to express myself. And probably all in fighting a good fight. That's all we can do. Nothing is hopeless. Let's go. Hello. Good morning.
Hawa to you, Vern, for your beautiful medicine, your songs, your words. Such good reminders of the infinite potential of our hope, you know, and where we can navigate to and from in that vessel, that source from ourselves. And years ago, I had this epiphany. I had the experience of coming back home to my indigenous roots after a couple generations of Western religion in my family. And I realized that what I was so called to, like that, you know, to that light, was the people who had this hope that was connected to their relationship to their ancestors, to the future ones, and how much that can give us what it takes to get through now. So just so grateful, and thank you all for those gifts of hope. And I wanted to invite the voice of one of our grandmothers to share. And I'm wondering if you, Sweet Medicine Nation, are in a good place to take up this talking stick and share a prayer for this fall equinox at this time. I'm not sure if that's working out for Sweetie right now, but I wanted to give the invitation in this way. All right, well, I would really like to pass this to you, Namhedi, and invite you to share a prayer into this space, and just thank you for so many years of beauty through those prayers. Such a well of hope for me. So I just invite you to share with us.
Yeah, shall we? Wow. To give thanks to you, creator, life giver, shaper, maker, modeler, former, on this day of Oxlajuj, this full empowerment of our Mother Earth. Thank you for this gathering of sacred beings today, and the depth of feeling and emotion that is coming through for this incredibly rich and potent space and opportunity and vessel to hold this sacred medicine. And thank you so much for all of these amazing wisdom keepers and elders, and each person for the medicine that you bring to this circle and the good work that you're doing in the world. I'm so grateful, Creator, at this time when there's so much division being seeded and just really immense challenges in this world. It's accelerating, and it's pretty overwhelming at times. And I'm so grateful to you, Creator, for instilling that fire within the hearts of each one of us, and for the ways that we kindle that in each other, and for our youth and our children, Creator, for this world that they're inheriting, for knowing that they'll never have the kind of world that we got to be born into, and for all the good and amazing work that is happening in this world and in this circle to bring back the balance, for those working with the ancestral healing and connections, and those working with the earth and the regeneration of the earth and the correct use of the fire with the ceremonies and with the fire ecology, and how much is really possible to recreate and restore and renew, and how potent and beautiful that is. And I'm so, so grateful to you, Creator, for being part of a circle that is living and walking that way in this world, that is creating and being the solution, and showing that and modeling that for our youth and our children, for these incredible young people like Katrina, so strong and beautiful and connected, and for, you know, our children, for my daughter Ishel coming and wanting to hear Vern's songs. They live inside of her. She sings them spontaneously when we're out on the land, for the incredible medicine. And I always use her as an example because she's just growing up in these ways and she doesn't know anything different. And what a contrast that is, and how much hope that can bring, because all it takes is that one generation to grow up with that as their truth and their way, to pass that on. And that's so powerful. I'm so grateful for these sacred homes that have been cared for and continue to keep the heartbeat, and all that is being held and nurtured in our communities and our world at this time, for this beautiful global family. Thank you so much for all that is being birthed and midwifed at this time in our world, as the two forces coming together, kind of creating that birth canal for something new to come through, and the ancient ways guiding us and leading us, and returning. Just feeling immense gratitude this time of the fall, looking out at the cloud people in the sky and the rain blessing the land this morning, and the sun shining through, and the clarity after so many weeks of smoke and a haze. There's beautiful clarity this morning, and as the light starts to change and getting darker, and feeling the, you know, like here the blackberries are coming to an end, and there's still a lot of abundance, but it's moving towards that winter time. And just the gratitude for the cycles of this earth, and that beautiful promise of a new day and a new season, and how that continues in this world and in this beauty way. For an image I saw yesterday from outside of the earth, of what happens and with this at the time of sunset, and those perspectives to lift us beyond our human experience. There's been a lot of talk about hope on this call, and I really echo that and join my prayer, and just incredible gratitude. Thank you to you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Pachamama, Nanu Leo, for your unconditional love and your incredible regenerative nature, for the ways that we can co-create with you. Thank you so much. And for all of my relations and all the prayers that live inside of each one of us, and all that has been spoken and lies in the invisible. I give so much gratitude on this day, and just ask for so many blessings for the lives of each one of you and your families, and this beautiful weaving that we are creating together. So I would like to just send my love out to this web of life and to each one of you, to your hearts from mine, and say thank you. Matya Shali. Matya Shali.
Matyashnan. And I wanted to pass the talking stick over to Sweet Medicine Nation.
Good morning, everyone from here in Oregon. I apologize for kind of coming and going today. I am having pneumonia and it's changing. I don't take antibiotics, so I'm feeling very sick from them. And I think they're working, but I cough a lot. So forgive me if I break up into this. I feel this is such an incredible time. And in changing times, we also get well. And so I just want to address that sometimes emotions come up. I feel fragile in that way as well, because of what we see in the world and what I'm experiencing, even with neighbors who are very afraid of me because I haven't done what they've done with the vaccine. And so a lot of things, those are just minor for some people, and other people it's pretty major. So I want to say that what Vern spoke about earlier is so important, is look at what it is we have together. Eric, also, I'm echoing you. We have each other. And I'm grateful for just, reaching out to our circle. Some of you are brand new, so I hardly know you, but I feel like something happens within this family that is very bonding, and especially with all of you of Nine Fires and those of you that have been on other calls over time. So I give thanks to Earth People United for us as two-leggeds, Creator, that you've given us the opportunity to have multiple generations within our community. The vision, the prayer, and the actuality of these prayers have come forward, even though we can't always all be together. The bounty of this time that we call fall, autumn, this changing time, we have this opportunity to be in your gifts and within your blessings, within the greater plan, that our younger ones, the children that don't know the difference, and yet what a blessing to have grown up in these ways. The young adults that we see that are having the most amazing outcomes of their life based on these are some of their foundations. Thank you for this. For those who just committed to ceremony and other ceremonies that are going on that will be coming during this few hours, these 48 hours of this moon and the equinox. For all of those that go to waters, all those that call the salmon, which are coming up our rivers now to their spawning here at the Metolias. They'll be here in 2 weeks. Thank you. May their passage be ones that they can return and create the cycle of life as we do. Through these teachings that you've given us, through these times, these earth celebrations, these be the true calendars. These be the true cycles of the moon that we follow. Thank you for a way. Thank you for the sacred ways that you give us. These holy ceremonies, remembering no matter which tribe we are, our children are our future. And it's like putting the firewood on the fire. We feed you, Grandfather, that you are in the center of all things, that you bless us with good health through these changing seasons, this time of getting well, this time of dropping the old skins and refurbishing, renewing, bringing forth this gestation of the bare moon, the hibernation, the looking within, the trusting of our own soul hearths that you've given us. for the mightiness of each one here through these trials of loss of elders and friends, and the lies, the difficulties that you've given us to maneuver, like the salmon up the waterfalls and up through the dams and the ladders and all the fishing nets, that we can make it back to our headwaters in this time. As we move into the moon of the snake, may we be able to transmute within ourselves, to find the internal medicine that you placed there for us to heal, to doctor, and to renew. May we be able to see past those things that seem like they're stronger than us at times. The governments, the countries, the divisions of people, that we may be able to be strong within this family, from all of our different bands, our tribes, our affiliates that are here, our youth, our children, our elders, whether in Europe or South America, Central America, North America, Canada, all the way up to Hawaii and into Alaska. I send these prayers across our earth to my sisters and brothers in New Zealand and Australia and Africa. In this day in Ireland and Greece, those that have connected, I send this voice that we connect, all of us, in a good way of heart and courage and stamina, to return to our homes, return to the sacred place of our hearts, to return to the truth that is within us, and that we pray that we may be invisible when we need to be, that no harm comes to any of us as we go into this great time of change, this going within. May it be so that our leaders, the elders that stand up and continue the lineage, that they will be able to be like the mountains, ever present, ever strong, withstanding all the winds and storms that come. May it be so. I just want to say to each of you today that, you know, it's an interesting process I've been going through, and and understanding, you know, I've been in smoke too for like 2.5 years now, almost 3 years. And what I know is that we're being smudged, but it's very hard to breathe this kind of smudge. That's the death of trees and animals and environment. And to be in it all the time is intense on our, you know, our physical body. And so for me, you know, for the doctors to say you have to stay out of the smoke, it's not so easy. It's like, I can't smoke my pipe, I can't really smudge, or I can't breathe. So it's right now, it's taking the time to renew. And sometimes that's what we need, is to stop. I have to tell myself that. Being an Aries being in this Falcon moon that I'm born under, is like to do and to be present. And when we get to this place where we're at right now, it's about reflection. It's about looking at what was that all about. So though I'm not going on pilgrimages like some of you are, I'm actually going on one internally. So it's a good time for us to look at, what have we accomplished? Where have we been? What is it that we've been, what have we been putting our energies towards? And determine, are they where we want to keep putting that energy? I think it's very important that we utilize our life service in service to great mystery. So that's where I'm at. And I send these prayers today with, you know, from my altar, from this story belt, from this place that is where my Chanupa and my Kitra sit, and offer you my love, of course, and my blessings and gratitude for those of you that have reached out to me and I'm connected to on a regular basis. I really send a voice in a thanks for that friendship while we're still a little bit isolated here in the forest. Love you. Thank you all. Hetty and Raquel and Eric for this offering today. It's something that we need. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing into this space, Sweet Medicine. May you be well. Yeah. I wanted to pass this talking stick over to Don Patricio, going from Oregon to New Mexico. Can you reach it, Don?
All right. Okay. Let me close the door to my office so I can block some of the street noise, and we won't be interrupted with any of that racket. One of these days, I'm going to remember to do these broadcasts from the kiva, so that we can do these kind of things uninterrupted. And oh well, I never think of it until after I'm already logged on and talking to you people, and it's like, darn, I blew it again. So I guess it's just part of the process, and something that we have to deal with. And a lot of words, but I don't have any. So I'm not going to give you any words today. Today I'm going to do something that I think probably is for the better. What I'm going to do is I am looking out and seeing a flock of eagles. And I'm saying, well, gee, eagles don't sit on the ground and chatter at each other. Eagles fly together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to join me in a flight. And let's see, we'll fly for about, I'm looking at the clock, and then hopefully when I close my eyes, somehow the time will register in the back of my mind. But when you hear me call you as an eagle, I want you to close your eyes and jump into the sky and join me in a flight for about 5 minutes. So let me get my stuff together here. Okay, so slowly kind of come back down to the ground and open the eyes and be a human being again, if you can. I was thinking of taking you on a different experience, but I don't know, somebody said something about eagles and it just kind of went off in that direction. What I was going to do, and maybe I'll do it, what the heck? Okay, we're going to go on another real short little journey together. This time, you're going to close your eyes and you're going to join me under the big tree over there at Deer Mountain. So I'll see you there. Okay, slowly open the eyes and go back to your home and your office and wherever else you happen to be visiting from. I hope that helped. You know, I sometimes think that these little journeys together are worth a lot more than the words that it would take to describe them. So thank you for giving me opportunity to be with you, and not only in this world but in the virtual world and in the astral plane. It's been fun.
So wonderful. Thank you. We never know what we're going to get when we pass the stick to you. Oh, so beautiful. I'm wondering if Grandfather White Wolf can hear me to pick up the talking stick. Are you ready, Grandfather? Let's see. I know he's tuning in from...
There, can you hear me now?
Oh, we can hear you.
All right. This is Grandfather White Wolf, and I am the heart of Humish country right now. That is my spiritual close family in California. My clan mother, Oxlajuj, and my brother, Kotlota, her husband, live like 30 miles from here. And my mission in life, I feel like it's mission impossible some days. You're 17 different tribes, you're mid-T. You need to go out and teach the new people. And some days I felt hopeless. And one ceremony that I carry is from the indigenous people of Europe. 1,000 years of religious repression, and the ceremony survived. And it was passed on to me by grandmother in her 90s in 1975 in a coffee house in San Francisco. Where else do medicine people meet? Good place. They had good lattes. And I've done that ceremony for 48 years. My sister and I both. She's in the spirit world now. My children all did it once. Many, many people I taught it to did it once. I thought, is anybody going to learn this ceremony? And I thought I was just going to take it to my grave with me. And Earth Peoples United sponsored me, and Raquel sponsored me, and Yellow Robe. And I did 2 years online. And my heart is a joy because one person picked it up and did it, Raquel. And I thought, wow. So I want you to know that I am passing the ceremony to her and anyone that's willing to do it for 6 years. That's determination to learn. And we're going to be doing that. And there's so many things I could say there, but I want to honor what the beautiful elders said today. The songs, as soon as those songs started, hey, I'm in Shimish country. I want my relatives, my oldest relatives, the stones, to hear these songs. I want the trees that carry the markings from our ancestors to hear these songs because they heard our songs. I want them to hear his songs. I want to hear that there are people left. There were so many lone people in my time that were isolated grandfathers, grandmothers, and they believed they were the only ones left. They would be in tears of joy to know that we have this community, not just this community, many communities. I am here today and I'm calling from our sanctuary for the long dance, of which Patricio is also one of our spiritual elders. And they are doing their blessing of the land. And I said, hey, I have a commitment to be on this call, and I'm on it. But as they're doing blessing, there are, I believe, people all over the earth are awake. And I have one vision to share with you. In my darkest time, 5 years ago, I was dying. My doctors were saying, get your dad in hospice, you'll get some care. And being stubborn old man I am, I said, I'm just going to die at home. And in that time, I had to go within, and so many people came that loved me, showed up at my door. It wasn't on Facebook. My kahuna showed up at my door with a neighbor. People showed up. So many people showed up. We are connected. These circles are so important at those moments that I'm feeling that I need strength or support. I ask permission. I say, for whoever within my circle can join me. And it's both ways, both ways. Oftentimes I'll be in deep states. I say, I got to stop now, and I'm praying for somebody. That we have the circle. We have recreated it. We are here. Thank you. And I I got bit on the tongue an hour ago by a wasp, which is one of my allies. And I didn't have any of my medicine things. And I had to pray, and imagine the tobacco on my tongue, and the swelling's gone, and the pain is just a little discomfort right now. And I have the same thing as you, medicine. Neighbors, people, when I tell them I had COVID, I feel like I'm the devil. I just came to your door. Oh, no, I'm not the devil. The devil left me because 2 days after I healed myself, I tested negative. And I told my friend, look, if you want me to take a test, I'll do that. But no, I am not doing it. The Creator gave us an immune system, and I'm going to either heal it or I'm going to go. It's my time to go. That's all. We survived. We've survived many plagues. And I know it hit the Native community here so hard because there was no immunities. And so, when my grandmother, two of my grandmothers went and got, I said, I love you, grandmother. I do whatever I can to support you. I won't buy into the division. People, I won't tell someone they don't be afraid. Okay, if you're afraid, how can I help you to be less afraid? Okay. And that's my message for this time. And you really want, so many people are Mati now. And the gift of that is we have more immunity to more different diseases from around the world. And that's a gift of that. And also we have more knowledge. We have the indigenous knowledge within us of all of our ancestors. It's going to be the strongest for the people who are indigenous to this land. That will be the strongest because there's a root here. I'm grafted to the native root, and that's what gives me strength here. And I'm grateful for that. So I want to send you just thank you for this day. Thank you for this circle. Thank you for this way. And I need to just cry with joy and cry for sadness for the drought and the animals. I walked the deer trails and I could feel their hunger. I could feel their thirst. And this year, I'm a pot grower. I let them eat my crop. I said, you know what? You need it more than me. And everybody thought I was crazy until the market crashed. And all those growers are sitting on what they grew and they kept selling. And I'm happy they left me a little bit. My plants grow 6 feet high and they look like palm trees. I wish I had a picture of them, but I'm so grateful I could share with the deer. And then I saw a mother and a baby deer one day outside my door, and I thought, okay, they were moving at slow speed. They were so thirsty. And I put water out, and I realized it was the combination that was hitting them. That as soon as they had water, they were eating the dry stuff again. That's starvation food. They want the green stuff, but if they have to, they'll live on that dry stuff. So it's how we pay attention and how we live in the world around us. And I love you all. I send you my love. I love you, Eric and Hetty and everyone. I love our Peoples United. You are my heart and soul. You have manifested and expressed what is in my soul, is to share the sacred teachings and pass them on to another generation. Thank you. Ta. In Welsh, we say ta or aloha.
Ta, grandfather. Wow, what a rich and incredible call we've had. We're at that time to circle out from here, and I just felt really called to reflect a little bit of all that was woven together in spirit here. And I saw so many of you, and maybe you are now, just holding your hand to your heart. Such good medicine. You know, we take this hand to our heart to gather up the beauty and the moment and to really ground ourselves in presence. And there's so much that we are enduring. There's so much that we are here to navigate. And it is this connection to each other that sources us to stay strong in our connection to creation, in the name and the voice that you give to your prayers. But it's this connection to each other that helps us to overcome. So, you know we have that automatic bringing that hand to our heart. And if you forget, remember, bring your hand to your heart, but bring this other hand to your heart too, because this is the symbol of your community. What happens when you bring together your faculties with ours? And there's so much for us to intentionally do at these times. There is great overwhelm in being asleep or unconscious. It is overwhelming to imagine where we may go if people do not wake up. But it's impossible to imagine a world where we're asleep when I hold this. This is where I find my way to get through and to create the solutions and the systems. And if there is a moment that you may encounter between this time and when we gather for these prayers again for winter solstice, that you are needing that holding, please remember to bring those hands to heart. Remember to bring your breath to yourself, to breathe in this knowing that you're not alone in this persistent dedication to hope, to breathe in this knowing that there's this infinite wisdom in nature, and you are part of it, this infinite wisdom in your body. When I'm blessed to be with somebody while they are birthing new life or releasing the one that they've lived, it's that trust and give thanks for the infinite wisdom of your vessel. You're an aspect of nature. You're breathing through this transformation too. And as human beings, we have these minds and these faculties to be in service. So may you source yourself. May you come back to this moment and this gesture and these recordings and each other. May you show up for more circles that we have and the circles that you are part of or create, so that we can continue to nourish each other. And may you just know the great blessing that you are for just being. Apparently we were all made for these times. That's what I hear. So thank you for being part of these times, and thank you for being part of the will to sing to our great grandchildren and to remember what it takes to come into balance. So I know we have a lot of beautiful opportunity. That's what I want to call it, because that's what it is. I have a lifetime ahead of me of showing up as much as I can. So I hope that we all do that together, and that we remember these ways, and that we share the ways that are ours, and that we honor the ways that are each other's. Earth Peoples United is a space founded by Mayans, but it is a space for all Earth peoples, and a space for us to recognize our universal connection and celebrate our distinct cultural differences. So thank you again, and thank you in every language. And I want to invite you to unmute yourself and share your own words or gratitude or whatever you wish with this space, and look forward to receiving this recording and more sharing in the email that comes. Please read it, because there's going to be a lot of details there and more information about all of the beautiful relatives that shared tonight and where they come from, and who they are. So thank you so much. And I said tonight again, I guess I'm already dreaming today. So, Matiyosh, many blessings to you all.
Blessed solstice to you all.
Thank you, Patricia.
Blessings, everyone.
And my sister, Meraya.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, blessings. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
So good to
Bye,
Michelle.
Bye, Belle.
Bye.
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 Maya.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you to all the elders for sharing today. Matiyoshawe, love you guys. And say hi, Ika.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Blessings to everyone.
Salah. Lalu. Katrina. Rana.
I want to do something funny.
Jackie.
Hi,
Good to see you. Jared, Laura. Blessings.
Bye. Thank you.
Blessings.
Blue Horse.
Blessings.
Raquel. Thank you.
Oh, blessings to everyone. Just such a good way to start fall. Thank you. It's always a good way, but what a surprise.
Leave.
Love you. Love you so
Bye,
much.
everybody. Love you all. So good to see you.
Love
Yes,
you, guys.
Love you.
love you.
Bye.
What? Bye. Love you.
Stop.
Las familias.
Let's play again.
Yeah.
Let's play again.
Let's play again. Yes.
See that?
That's Michelle. Remember, she put crystals all over you.
Healer. Yay.
Bye.
Okay.
Hey, Mona.
Hi. Hi.
This is what happens when babies get left.
What?
Babies hold out.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, okay.
One of these the kids Zoom.
Yeah.
Ooh, baba.
That would be fun. We just did that a kids sound and meditation thing.
I
And it
love
was
it.
like, oh my God, it was amazing. Like they actually got to play all the singing bowls. They got to play the rain stick, the flute, the rattle, like the chimes, like everything. And they just were so interactive. They got their own little crystals and their own little grid. Oh yeah, and a drum. They had their own little grid. They got to set up their own crystal grid with their own intentions and like do their own ceremony. It was really, really beautiful.
I know.
They
So
So
love
more of that.
singing
More
so
of that.
much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kids one next time.
Okay, I'm gonna jump off, my loves. But
Love you.
Jump off.
what a beautiful day. Yeah.
Jump off.
Blessings, everyone.
Bye, jump off.
Jump up. Cool.
Jump off. Una.
Jumping up and down. Jumping up and down.
Jump sideways 5 times.
What? Can you do that?
I can.
You better have enough space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job.
Beautiful.
Ooh, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Look at that papaya.
Oh, papaya. As
Mm.
big as Kaua.
Yummy. Yum, yum, yum.
Okay. Mwah.
Huh?
Miss you guys.
Yeah.
miss
Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
Bye,
You guys
jump
too.
Thank you.
Bye, Sideways Jumper.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Okay. Love you guys. Have a good day.
Bye.